hi, Joseph, and thank you so much for joining us from Mozambique in this edition of the Tech for Good stories. I was in Mozambique about a year ago. Yes, exactly a year ago. And I have some very fond and very special memories of this great country. I know that you are leading a very, very important organization in Africa that has reached not only Mozambique, but all over the continent, and particularly with Africans all over the world. And I'm really honored that you accepted this invitation to talk to me about this organization and your experience, your background, and share a little bit about innovation and startups in the African continent. So if you want to start, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how did you end up working on innovation and startups and technology and whatnot.
Yeah, hi Nelly. It's a pleasure to be here around for Tech for Good. Thanks for inviting me. It's a huge opportunity to share my vision and the work that I've been doing in the startup ecosystem in Africa, basically Mozambique. So starting introducing myself, I'm Joseph Mata, CNO at Startup Africa News. I've been working with Startup Africa since 2018. I was in Baka and Mohammed, our partner from India. They came with this idea of actualize the Startup Africa team. So they invited me to be part of the project, and I came skeptical because it was a new thing for me. I'm usually in the selling side of the teams, but be part of Startup Africa gave me a light in terms of building something that can impact people's lives. So it's a huge opportunity for me to build startups, to have experience, connect with people, and be part of such a great movement that is the startup ecosystem in Africa. So we've been working since 2008. We was able to give exposure to a large amount of startups across Africa. I think that is a daily thing that we receive some content that pre-release from the startups that they want to be exposed to the world because they want to have the business circulating around the market in Africa, so they can have some investors to see the ideas and they can invest in the ideas. So what we do in Mozambique is to create platforms that these startups can show to the ready investors in the early stage of the investments. So some companies here around contact us to organize events, to be partnered with them, to find startups in Africa. And our website is basically one of the most searched websites related to startups in Mozambique and Africa. Our content, the maximum views that we have is something around 10,000 views per article. So many companies around the world are contacting us to have the content exposed here at the website. So our main goal, our main vision as Startup Africa News is to become a TV where we can go and meet the startups, make content with the startups, live the daily routine that they have in impacting other people's lives, empowering people, so they can work in cities and see the amazing work that the startups here are doing. And Africa is such a big continent and such a huge market. We have opportunities here. We have the big companies, the big tech companies from United States coming from Africa, because they have Africa as the next big market, such from related from Asia, India, China, right? So I think Africa is as always was, is the El Dorado, but now is the El Dorado of the startups and the innovation.
That's great. And tell me a little bit about, I read some really impressive numbers for Startup Africa. So I see that you guys have a business accelerator, that you connect with Africans all around the world, that you're trying to build an innovation ecosystem, that you have mentorship programs, education programs. So it's pretty much a very broad and comprehensive approach to innovation and entrepreneurship and to startups. Reached 670 schools, launched over 2,300 startups, more than 30,000 participants, and over 3,000 mentors. So for 10 years or a little over 10 years, those are pretty big numbers. And I'd like to hear from you if you could share some success stories, if you may.
Okay. So since we started, I think that our main achievement was being recognized by such big companies here, and these companies are supporting us developing our idea, because at the end of the day we are startup also, we are in startup also, but we are in startup that giving light to other startups and other startups. So we connect with Forbes Africa. We help them promoting an event that's called Forbes 8, that was happening in Nigeria. So we went there as a media company partnership. So I think that was a great experience and an amazing opportunity for us, because they took us under their wings to show the amazing work that we're doing, and by showing us, they're showing other startups. But because we came with other startups, we're not coming alone. We are not how can I say, a single company. Our company is the result of the link between other many companies. For us to exist, we must have content from other companies. So they took us under the wings, and I think it's a great and amazing thing. We linked up with Forbes. We have partnered with Standard Bank from South Africa. We help promote Seed Stars. Seed Stars is an annual event that they realize here. So we went there as at the first edition. We went to an incubation there, and we take the number 5 spot of the 10 amazing startups from Mozambique. But at the next year, there's the second year, we went there as media partners, and we've been the media partners since then. And I think that this is the 4th edition that they hosted in Mozambique. So basically, the agreement that we have with them is that we help them create programs to have startups to go link with the Seed Stars. So we incubate them, we give them some knowledge that they need, we help them register their companies, we help them develop their ideas, we do the acceleration we have partnered with this company called Orange Corners. We linked up with Orange Corners. Orange Corners incubate the companies that we bring. And we find investors to also mentor them and invest in the ideas also after they have the mature project, the maturation of the project, you see.
That's great. And in the past years, all over the world, we've heard pretty impressive success stories about financial inclusion and fintech and innovation in the financial field in Africa. I don't know if this is a consequence of the broad reach that M-Pesa has had in many countries, certainly in Mozambique, that's the case. But I would really love your perspective on that. And if you could elaborate a little bit on what are some of the challenges that you see in Africa or certain African countries, or maybe certain regions in Africa, for innovations and for startups to thrive?
I think that fintech are very disruptive the way that they work, because in Africa we have this lack of financial inclusion, because we see people inside the country. I won't talk about Mozambique. People inside the country to find the bank, they have to walk something like 30 kilometers, 45 kilometers. You see, now we have this presidential project called One Bank, One District. One Bank, One District. But I think that is not enough at all. And M-Pesa came with how can I say, a very dynamic way to link people. Because if I'm out, I will say, if I'm inside Tete, if I'm inside Gorongosa, and I have the link with the network, I can send money really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's instant. See, it's a do, it's happening. It's different from the banks. To find the bank is a difficult thing. To go there, deposit the cash, and how to manage the cash is very difficult. But these fintechs that are coming here around are linking the people, are creating a financial inclusion to the people, because the process is very fast now. So I think that they've been disrupted. And if you see at the website, we have such many companies that are related with the fintech. We have OnePort, we have ETAP, we have there many companies from Nigeria, from Rwanda, from Ethiopia, also from Mozambique. We have here a company called Sotene. Sotene is a company built by an entrepreneur named Gisela. Gisela is from Angola, and she's graduated in international relations and diplomacy. She have experience in banking, but she dropped out of the bank. She dropped out because she believed that Sotene can be a project that can impact real people's life. She is bringing the concept of financial inclusion and financial literacy, something like that. So then maybe she's one of the persons that you should invite, huh?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to have her.
Yeah, you will love her, huh? You will love her. She has a huge project called Sotene and is related to fintech. I think she will be the better person to come and explain that.
Okay.
She will be there.
And what are the major challenges that you see going forward in innovation and entrepreneurship in Africa in general? And how do you see technology as an enabler? How do you see, like, are many of these startups looking out to technology, to creating apps, to creating networks, platforms? Where do you see technology plays a role in this promising future of Africa?
I think the first thing in Africa is difficult to act in an isolated way. We see in Africa the government have such power that you can't do something without put the government in. We must be friends with the government. We must include them in our project in such way that we give them we show them an idea, and we have that government support in the way that they can link us with people. We can link up with organizations. They can be part of the ecosystem also. We must include them. Must include them is a very important thing. And I think one of the main challenge for innovation in Africa is to study the problems that we have and create solutions that will be perfectly enquadrated with our ecosystem, with the problems that we have in our ecosystems. You see, because we can have many solutions for problems around the world, but these solutions will be far away from the reality that we have here around. See, and for the innovators, for the startups, I say that it's better to analyze, it's better to study our ecosystem so we can come with solutions that will be perfectly fitted for our experience and for the lack of digital literacy that we have in our communities, because we have communities that people don't have cell phones that are connected with the internet. They have internet, but don't have cell phones that are connected with the internet. How we can be disruptive, putting them in the connected world, in the digital world. How we put these people in the digital world. You see, we must make projects. We must create startups that can be very segmented, because in the inside regions of our countries, we have people that are in agriculture, people that are basically trading the agricultural products. So how we can sell these products? We can come up with ideas related with fintechs, and to expose the products that they have there and bring to the light, helping people, impacting people's lives. So this is this, huh?
Yeah. What you're saying is you need technology that's more adapted to the context. Some of these technologies could be USSD and whatnot, for those regions with low connectivity, but also bringing connectivity to these areas, instead of just bringing
these areas. Yes.
Yeah. Think about the whole, think about applications or innovation as a much more comprehensive, because you also need to bring the connectivity, bring the technology, bridge the digital gap, and then maybe implement a specific technology to solve a specific problem. Like, you need to think several steps before just bringing completely.
Right.
And Joseph, if you were to dream of a perfect future, if I could give you if you could portray what is the perfect world for you, what would that be for Startup Africa and for Africa?
The perfect world, I think.
It's
a good question.
Yeah, with what you're seeing, in the sense that you're seeing a lot of entrepreneurship thriving in Africa. You're seeing a lot of startups that you guys have been working with and profiling. You see the future of Startup Africa as a media company that's actually portraying innovation in Africa all over the world. So with these tendencies, with these trends that you are already seeing, what is the future that you foresee for Startup Africa and for Africa and entrepreneurship ecosystem in general?
I think in some way I can say that we actually living in the perfect world. You see, it was difficult to have this conversation that I'm having right now.
Yeah.
You see, you in Mexico, I'm in Mozambique, but we are connected, we are linked, we have the opportunity to know each other. In the years ago, this wouldn't be possible. I had to travel to there. You would be able to travel here so we can connect. But now we can live with the people around the world just using internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is the perfect world. We just have to maximize this contest and integrate people to be fully connected. That's the perfect world. A world that we can connect with each other easily, so we can escalate our ideas, so we can show our ideas, so we can grow ideas, and be all happy with what we're doing to the world. You see, that's my vision for a better future where all of us are connected.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. That's true. More significant and valuable connection. No, not just connection for connection, but actually connection where we do things together and we grow together.
Facts.
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph, for sharing some of your experience and sharing your vision of Startup Africa, and for being in this edition of the Tech for Good series. I'm really, really honored to have you, and I hope to have you again in the future whenever you want to share new projects or ideas. Of course, you're always welcome to this space. I'm very thankful too for being able to connect, and I know we share the same community also on the Global Shapers, so it's even more of an honor to connect with you in that sense. So thank you very much.
Thank you, me also. Thank you for the opportunity. It was amazing interacting with you and giving this experience that we have with Startup Africa. I hope I can back to talk about my personal project.
Well,
other personal projects.
Yes.
That I have. It would be great. we have this project called Home is Mozambique.
How do you
It's a
spell it?
fashion
How do you
project.
spell it? What's it? It's
Home is Mozambique.
Home is Mozambique.
Home is
Okay. Okay.
yes.
And what's it about?
It's a fashion house. It's a house of fashion design. About fashion and design.
Okay.
About fashion and design. We have our Instagram account where you can see the projects that we have. We're working on the website already. So basically what we're trying to do is to give light to the ideas that the Mozambican designers have, the young designers. So we invest in the ideas and we launch the product out. So we came out with the first collection, the house, and we have a good feedback about it. And many companies are trying to link with us so they can use our designs in the publicity things and stuff. So I think it's a great project that I have to share more in the near future.
Yes, of course. Are you using Capulana?
Yeah, we're mixing, huh?
Oh, that's amazing. That's so beautiful.
A lot of coming, huh?
It's so.
That's coming.
Yeah. I got a lot of Capulana when I was there. It's so bright and different and so different from areas and regions and the colors. It's so beautiful.
Okay. So what was the
congratulations on that?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So what was the best feeling that you took from Mozambique on the time that you was here?
Yeah, there were so many, but I would definitely say the people, when you go to places, when you talk to them. So I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by Mozambicans while I was there. And I think that's and it's such a rich history too, because it's a country that's connected to so many other countries, like you wouldn't imagine. So it's a very mixed culture, very mixed influence. The food is amazing. So I really enjoyed, and I also saw a lot of opportunities, and I saw and a lot of innovation going on in different sectors. So I think that it's a promising future for Mozambique. It's had such a rich and interesting history. I read a lot of books from Mozambican authors, so I learned about the northern region and the southern region, and having the border, having such a huge border at sea, which connects to India, connects to China, connects to Turkey. On the other side, connected to South Africa, but also connected to Swaziland and Tanzania. So it's such a rich and interesting combination of peoples and cultures and history. And the food is incredible because it's also a mixture. So I really loved it, and I really loved the Capulana. What?
You did matapa when you eaten matapa.
Yes, I did several times because
I was eating matapa today.
Yes, oh, that's great. Because I also I was very close to the what do you call it, the market, the artesanía market, the artisans market,
the fish market.
No.
Okay.
I went also to the fish market.
Yes.
Yes. And I got a lot of I got to try a lot of local food, but also I learned the idea that the African concept is real. So countries are very much connected in Africa in a cultural deep way, which is very different from Latin America, I feel. Although there's a lot of similarities and a lot of connection with the music and the culture and some of its history, but I was very surprised to see that this concept of Africa is not abstract. When you're there, you actually live it. You actually feel it, and that's very special. You can see people will tell you welcome to Africa and welcome to Mozambique. No, it's something that's very beautiful, I thought. So I did. I really enjoyed being there and spending time there. Yeah.
Basically, we feel as one. As a continent, we feel as one.
Yes.
But we have our individualities that our countries, such the, the, the culture in Mozambique and the culture in Rwanda in some way are related and different as is also related to the colonialism that we all had back in the past. And the way of being, we can manifest in some way different that the Rwandans are manifesting, but we feel as one at the end of the day.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think that is something that, although I had heard before, when you're there, you're actually living it, and it's pretty special.
Yeah, the Ubuntu feeling.
I'm very happy for your startup. Home is Mozambique. That's beautiful, and I'm really I'm gonna search it right now to see what's this collection about. And I really wish you the very best with this, and also in your participation and leadership within Startup Africa. And hope to have you again at Tech for Good series many times. And to meet again in Mozambique sometime soon. And of course, if you're ever
we will meet there.
Yes.
If I come to Mexico also.
Yes, of course. You're so welcome. I live at the south. I live in the southern part of Mexico, in Mérida.
Oh, which city?
Mérida, which is close to the beach too, like Maputo, right next to.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, Mérida's not next to the beach. Very close.
Okay, I'm actually from the Bay of Pemba. This is located in the north side of the country, Cabo Delgado. I born there, and I was raised there also. So I'm kind of a beach lover. I love beach. Huh?
Yeah, they say that the beaches at the north in the northern part of Mozambique are so beautiful, huh?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes. Well, really, really nice to have you.
I hope you touch down here again.
Yes, I will. I'm sure I will.
Definitely.
So huge hugs to you, Joseph. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelly. Have a nice day. Keep having a nice day. Anything, we are around. Thank you.